Welcome back, everybody, to the Monday Night Wars. This is WWF Raw, November the 20th, 1995. This is Week 11 in the Monday Night Wars, the 136th episode of Monday Night Raw. It took place from Richmond, Virginia, live, for a change, from the Richmond Coliseum, the night after Survivor Series, where Bret Hart wins the WWF title over Diesel. The ratings were 2.6 for WWF to 2.0 for Nitro last week. And that was their second straight week the WWF won. But this week, not this time around, Raw draws a 2.3 for this show. And Nitro drew a 2.5. So Raw loses by 0.2. That makes the record with this the 11th week. 5 wins for Raw, 4 wins for Nitro, and 2 draws. So WWF still in the lead all time in the 10 weeks of the war. And the 11 weeks of the war, I should say. And Raw did the 2.3 rating here, which lost to the 2.5 Nitro. This is the 2.3 Raw review. McMahon and King do commentary. The 1-2-3 Kid opens up with Hakushi. Last night at Survivor Series, the 1-2-3 Kid joined the $1 Million Corporation, so he's a heel now. This match has potential as it's 2 aerial wrestlers. The crowd, should be exciting. The crowd chant for Razor while the 1-2-3 Kid is wrestling Hakushi with a side headlock into a wrist lock, into a shoulder block. They do that whole nice chain wrestling sequence that opens matches between 2 aerial wrestlers. Razor Ramon's on the phone and he calls McMahon. Yeah, McMahon. Jannetty tries to run to the ring while Hakushi is handling the 1-2-3 Kid. He comes with a leather jacket, tries to run, but then he gets taken out by officials. Crossbody off the top by Hakushi and tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from the Kid. The 1-2-3 Kid goes for a shot and Hakushi hits him with a hard chop. Hakushi flies back with forearm shots. Hakushi with a spin kick up top. The 1-2-3 Kid hits with a spinning heel kick for the victory, though, at 6:47. Pretty good match here. 2.5 stars I rated it. Then the King interviews Ted DiBiase and talks about how proud he is of the 1-2-3 Kid because Jerry the King Lawler did everything for heels back then. If a heel turned heel, or if a guy turned heel, I should say, he would just love it. He'd just smile and nod and say, "Yes, you finally have seen the light," pretty much. Paraphrasing. He didn't say that exact quote. Afterwards, Marty Jannetty came out and he had a problem with the 1-2-3 Kids for a second time. Jannetty wasn't taken back this time. Psycho Sid came out. Sid from the $1 Million Corporation pushes down Jannetty and says, "If you want the kid, you have to come through me. And I'm the master and the ruler of the world." Doc Hendricks promotes the Bulldog Brett match in Your House Season's Beatings that's coming up. Diesel is here. He walks into the arena. He's shown arriving and he pushes the security guard over. Skip with Sonny takes on Savio Vega next. Savio Vega reversed an Irish whip to the ropes and hit Enziguri. That's not the only Enziguri you'll see on this broadcast. Skip off the side ropes with a high body press and a kick out by Savio Vega. Skip then with a kick to the midsection at a suplex attempt. Savio Vega with the side ropes with a back body drop. Skip drops back with an offense, but then Diesel walks to the ring. Diesel has a hat and a leather jacket on. Diesel shoves Skip down. Diesel then walks around looking for a mic, so the match kind of stops. He says, "This on?" Grabs the mic. "Is this on?" "A lot of people are wondering where Big Daddy Cool's head's at, and maybe I'd come out and apologize." "I don't think so," he says. Diesel with some prelude to attitude here. He says, "For the first time in a year, he slept like a baby last night. I woke up this morning and I saw a smile on my face for the first time in a year." Because he's not the champion and he's not a corporate puppet, he says while he looks at Vince. And he says, "I'm not the corporate puppet you tried to create, Vince." And he points right to Vince on commentary booth. That's a huge moment here in the early Monday Night Wars. One of the first times a wrestler talked to Vince like the owner. And there's a few of these moments that happened in 1996. I can think of Bradshaw at Justin Hawk Bradshaw at SummerSlam 96. I can think of Bret Hart doing it to Vince. It happened all the time in 96 and 97, but for it to happen in November of 1995, yeah, this is special. Vince just kind of was like, just like to take the gulp, like he's nervous. Big Daddy Cool is back, Diesel said. He only cares about his friends, his family, and that includes Sean. And, yeah, that's Diesel says. He says, "I'm back." And Big Daddy Cool this is his loser speech, pretty much. It's kind of what Drew McIntyre is doing right now in WWE with losing so many times and coming out and saying he's a new version of himself to kind of save face. It's kind of what they do. So the match was interrupted, so I don't give a rating for that match. Owen Hart then with Jim Cornette takes on HBK. Fuji is also out there for Owen Hart. This is a great match, but it ends with controversy, obviously. Owen Hart and HBK square off here. The chemistry between Owen and HBK is better than the chemistry between Owen and Brett. That's just my personal opinion. I think it's safe to say the ladies like Sean. All the ladies screaming. Set head scissors with a side headlock takedown. They backslide and they bridge out. And just a nice bridge into a backslide pitting combination. And 2 more roll-ups. Beautiful exchange to begin the match. Michael torques the arm. Owen hits a Hurricane Rana. Owen clotheslines HBK to the outside, taking him to the floor. Owen connects with a tremendous baseball slide. Owen lands on Michaels with a crossbody and European uppercut to the corner. HBK Irish whip to the corner and a big-time elbow right to the jaw. Then Owen rakes the face and he connects with a headbutt. HBK hitting his signature offense as he scoop slams Owen and then hits an elbow drop from the top rope, or the middle rope. The top rope. Near fall. Time to tune up the band, and HBK goes for Irish whip and super kick, but Owen stayed in the corner and hits an Enziguri to Sean instead while Sean was holding one leg of Owen. Owen then hits a spinning heel kick, an Enziguri, kicking Michaels right in the head with a brutal-looking Enziguri. Michaels then falls down on his stomach. Then HBK comes back up and hits a few more moves, but then collapses out of nowhere. Owen doesn't know what to do in kayfabe, and Cornette and Owen play it off beautifully. Everyone who acted here did a great job. Michaels is concussed, but that's just part of the storyline. But they play it off like it's real. The WWF clearly wanted sympathy for HBK. Everyone who acted here did a great job. They tasted a little bit of what it was like to get Michaels real life sympathy when he was jumped by the Marines, and I think Vince saw that and saw the money in it and saw this is a great way to get ratings and sympathy for a babyface in Shawn Michaels to prove how resilient he is, how he can come back from anything. So Owen, Cornette, they all act worried. Vince acts worried. I'm going to give the match 3.5 stars, even though that's how it ends, because the show ended this way with them, the paramedics doing Sean, and yeah, star ratings can be talked about. It's not a real situation. If it was a real life situation, fuck the star ratings. I wouldn't care. It's a real life. It's in kayfabe. So yeah, the match is 3.5 stars. If it had a better finish, it could be even the 4-star territory. It was every bit as good as the In Your House Rage in the Cage match that they have that people talk about, that 4-star match that everyone raves about. This was just as good almost. So yeah, 3.5 stars I'd rate it. The ending, it was an interesting move by Vince to do that. I give this episode of Raw a 6 out of 10 for the creativity. The night after Survivor Series was full of drama with the 1-2-3 Kid turning heel. The main event with Shawn Michaels and Owen doing a banger of a match with the concussion storyline. Ratings-wise, they didn't win. They were a 2.3 to Nitro's 2.5. They lost. Their 2-week winning streak over Nitro's ended. So they only draw 2.3. They lose by 200K viewers. But yeah, the show gets a 6 out of 10. Interesting storyline with the concussion angle. I think it happened for the reasons I just elaborated earlier about. Thanks to everyone who's watching these Monday Night Raw reviews. It's fun as hell going back, watching them. And for any time you guys want to go back and watch, they're archived in the Nitro section and the Raw section, so you can rewatch them anytime and enjoy them. Owen puts HBK on the shelf, and that's the storyline here. So HBK is out for a month or two, I believe, and then comes back and wins the Royal Rumble, heads to WrestleMania, wins the title, the boyhood dream, all that. But it all starts here when Owen Hart does the Enziguri and concusses Michaels in the storyline in kayfabe. Anyways, I'm Brett Mix, and thank you for enjoying my under 10-minute reviews that I do for each Raw and Nitro. Let's tune into my Nitro review. I always post them side by side, so you can relive the Monday Night Wars. I'm Brett Mix.